So next title is one of your very own Truman students. So one round of applause to Erwin.
I read a lot of history books. I think that has been my passion since I was 8 years old. My mornings will start looking at the mountains that were just in front of my window every morning and with some history books that my father will give me and then go to school. And I did this during all my youth until I went to the history school of the Universidad Central de Venezuela. That's my alma mater. I'm a history major from that school, and what I read there taught me something. You can make a judgment just by reading what other people say about someone else. I got a bad judgment about America. I need to be honest. You know, when you read the history of Latin American countries, particularly mine, Venezuela, you learn things like, for example, the big stick doctrine that was imposed by Teddy Roosevelt was because Venezuela was in so many predicaments that that United States need to find a way to stop European interventions on Latin American countries. But you know, like I understood they didn't do it because they did want to protect a Latin American country or a fellow republic. They did it because it was a geopolitical interest. And all this kind of stuff kind of built a resentment, a natural resentment of a guy who maybe read too much. But that thing of reading too much also got me problems, you know, like Venezuela was a really nice country to live. I remember that I would gather after work with my friends 6 days a week for 3 hours. Amazing, right? Here in America, you cannot do that. Here in America, you watch your friends once, every month, and maybe have a coffee, 2 hours, and then you go home and you don't see that person again in 6 months. When you live in countries where the pace of life is more relaxed, you can live, you know, share with your friends and share with your family, with the people you love. And it was also really nice that I have complicity with a lot of friends. I had a big group of friends, but as well as that was happening and I was enjoying my country, of course it's in the Caribbean, so the weather is incredible. It's always between 80 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Spectacular beaches everywhere. Those years of my youth were also the years of the consolidation of the Chavista regime. I know that some people here will have a position that is aligned with certain ideological interests, and that's okay, I understand that. But for us, for the Venezuelan people, more than ideology, when we protested, when we demonstrated against all the actions this government were committing against the democracy and our institutions, we demonstrated in defense of those institutions. We demonstrated because we wanted to have freedom of speech. We demonstrated because we wanted to have access to food. We demonstrated because we didn't want our children to be indoctrinated with ideology just because the state wanted to be so. We want to have the right to choose another person to rule the destiny of our nation. And unluckily, the people that took the government in my country didn't want that. They got to impose a dictatorship that with time tore apart families. I can say, for example, that the relationship with my mom, it hasn't been the same since she started working for the government. I can say, for example, that I lost a lot of friends. I can say that I will never see some people again because of that, because of the interest and ideological interest. So I demonstrated a lot. I used to write for a blog in Spanish about politics, and I also took a lot of pictures. I put in my bio that I'm a photographer. Well, I will never call myself a photographer. I only take pictures. But I try to represent the reality, show the only version of the things that were happening in my country: poverty, hunger, exclusion, discrimination, that kind of things. But for them, for the government, those were wrongdoings. I will never forget that day in October when my neighbor of 25 years that went to the military 2 years ago knocked my door and told me, "Hey, you need to stop talking shit about the government because they will come after you, and I'm not going to protect you. I will not sacrifice my career for you." And I asked him, "Are you going to turn me in? Just listen to what I'm saying. Stop talking shit." And then he started talking about how he treated people in the hospital. Look, this guy. He's a physiotherapist. But he treated the person, the people that were tortured by the government, and he didn't leave any act of the treatment he applied. So if these people someday go to court, we will not have any evidence of the things they did. He contributed to that. My neighbor of 25 years, and then he was telling me, "You better shut up." So at the beginning I didn't pay too much attention. I kept writing. I got into some other problems in my work. But the final warning was when my sister moved with me to my apartment, and he threatened them. He said, "Remember that you live here with your sister and her children." And well, that was kind of the last thing that I could imagine somebody will say, like threatening your family, so you shut up. And so I decided to come to leave my country. Of course, America was never my first option. At the beginning, I thought about Latin America because I thought that maybe here in America, the possibilities of having a crazy person in the presidency was lower than in my country, right? We are used to caudillos and this kind of person that you are now autocratic and they only want to impose their will over everyone else. And I was like, well, I think America is a civilized nation. And yeah, that's not going to happen here, I thought. So I also understood that it was a country where freedom started, Like all the modern revolutions in history started because the United States declared its independence, and all the good stuff that is in the Constitution of the United States are the base of many beautiful things that are happening right now in our world. For example, the liberal thinking in terms of civil liberties, civil rights. All of that comes from the Constitution of the United States. So, for that reason, I decided to come here. And then, but like the adaptation was hard. I think I thought I spoke English before, and I still am struggling, as you can notice. But then when you get here, when you get here and you try to buy a coffee, then you know you have problems. There's so many. In Spanish, there are only way to say cup. Here in the United States, you don't know what to say. Glass, cup. I don't know. There's so many words. I didn't know. I don't know. Like I learned how to say fork here. That kind of things. And I thought I talk English, But I started studying here at Truman College. I'm coming from the ESL program. That helped me a lot to better my vocabulary and then to start that process of adaptation to a new reality. And I think that I got it, or I understood how it feels to be at home again. 1/4 of July, my wife and I, we bought tickets to go see the Sox. And it was a game again against the Baltimore Orioles. It was the first time the Sox were winning a game, like in a month. So the game was incredible. It's incredible. I'm a Sox fan, but well, you know how it is. And out of nothing, when the sixth inning ended, people stood up and started singing "God Bless America." And I could feel the power. I could feel the power of that song, and I could feel the power, how proud you are of your country, how much you love your country, how much you desire the best for your country, you know? And I felt for the first time at home, because I felt in that moment, because I started singing with all the people, all the attendants in the stadium, like 20,000 people in the stadium, at the same time singing "God Bless America." And I understood what it's about to be an American, you know? That sense of community. It doesn't matter what race you are. I don't believe in races, by the way. I think that's bullshit, and we should take it out of any government form, you know? So yeah, that was one of the moments of unity I felt here. I didn't see any division of race. I didn't see any division like, oh, well, we are from the south side, we are from the north side, or we vote Republican, we vote Democrat. We were all the same in the stadium, and that was the experience that kind of made me feel again like, okay, I think I have a place to be. I think I have a place here in the United States. And also Truman collaborated with that. I want to bring the metaphor of Lady Liberty. You know, like some people will say that Lady Liberty is in danger and she's about to be assaulted, right, by these people that is now in government. But how can that be possible if we are here right now, talking about these kind of things? American people showed me like there's not only about invasions and imperialism and, you know, and racism and that kind of things. When you talk to the American people in the street, the impression you have is totally different. Are people that are always talking about the law, the rule of the law, are people that are always talking about freedom, about giving more rights to the others. And I will never forget, for example, the guy who taught me how to put the bicycle in the rack in the bus. He got out of the bus, and it was something like November. So I was really grateful with that. Like, he must have been sitting out like all the day in the bus, and then he got out and helped me to put the bicycle on the rack. And I had my first conversation with a transgender person here in America, in a train. I was reading The Garden of the Beasts. He got close to me and said, "Hey, I read that book. Did you like it? Are you liking it?" I was, "Yeah." And so we started talking about how you can make judgments about people at first sight. I don't know why he did it, but it was so cool that somebody can reach to you and talk plainly without feeling fear. That was an experience that I missed so much in my country, and I'm really grateful to be here in America and being able to do that. And I'm really grateful to be here at Truman, to be a Truman student. Truman has been like my Lady Liberty. And if you see the map we have in the lobby, and you see all the red dots, we are here people from everywhere, more than 100 nationalities. So even though people is not coming out from New York and not passing through Ellis Island, we have our leader, our Lady Liberty here at Wilson and Broadway in Chicago.